Jannik Sinner stepped onto center court on July 3rd looking focused and ready, and he didn't disappoint. He didn't just win against Aleksandar Vukic, he dominated. The scoreline, a clean 6-1, 6-1, 6-3, only tells part of the story. What matters most is how he did it. From the opening point, Sinner took control. He served well, hit deep shots to Vukic's corners, and moved with purpose. In the first set, he broke serve early and never let up. But the magic wasn't in the points he won, it was how he won them. There was no mishmash of emotion or doubt. Instead, Sinner stayed steady and sharp, like someone clicking into place. It felt less like tennis and more like watching a craftsman at work, mindful, precise, and confident. The second set looked almost identical. Sinner broke serve in the very first game and then locked into a pattern of clean shot making that pressured Vukic constantly. Vukic tried to mix things up with slice and spin, hoping it would slow the pace or cause a mistake. It didn't. Sinner met every change with a quick shift in his feet, a clean punch of his forehand or backhand, and calm acceptance. By the end of that set, he had again claimed 7 games to 1, and it was clear he had found his rhythm and intended to keep it. Even in the third set, when Vukic earned a few games, Sinner held his own. As soon as the score reached 3-3, he lifted his level and broke back with a statement. He then served out the match without needing to look over his shoulder. The final score of 6-3 in that third set wasn't just another set, it was the result of Sinner setting the tone throughout, refusing to let a minor hiccup dictate how the match would end. He finished that match in a swift 75 minutes, but what happened on the scoreboard was more than a quick win. It was the product of calm anticipation and smart play. Sinner never rushed. He never looked flustered. Everything just clicked. He served deep, controlled the court, and moved forward when needed. I remember one rally in the second set where he fired a cross-court forehand that forced Vukic wide, then immediately darted forward and closed the point with a crisp volley. It was simple yet effective. This was no display of flashy showmanship, just a player using everything he had to win point after point. Sinner was even having some fun in the last set, hitting hard shots, trying new techniques. Vukic sensed that, especially in the last set, and made some great shots. Sinner needed 6 match points to close out the match. What's interesting is that the last game lasted 13 minutes, but the first 2 sets both lasted 28 minutes in total. With Zverev, Draper, Tommy Paul, Medvedev, Tsitsipas, and many others out early, after the game, Sinner acknowledged that you cannot underestimate your opponent. Every opponent is difficult. As we have seen, there are many upsets this tournament. That's why we always try to raise our level, so let's see what is coming. What makes today's win so important isn't that Sinner just advanced to the 3rd round. It's how he did it. Throughout the match, except in the last game, he showed focus, control, and intention. Even on grass, a surface known for surprises. That's something worth noting because grass usually favors unpredictability. Faster courts, shorter points, more emphasis on serve and return. But Sinner played today like he'd been here before. He moved smartly, attacked at the right times, and didn't let his opponent settle. This was a good showcase of Sinner's level, especially taking into consideration that Alcaraz is playing electric, as always. After all, he's the defending Wimbledon champion. That means everyone's watching him, expecting excellence. The first match Alcaraz played was a bit concerning, struggling for 4.5 hours versus Fognini. In the next round, he looked like himself in the win versus Tarvet. Yes, he got it, and he was strong, but it didn't send the same message. Today, we saw Sinner deliver performance painted in calm, smart strokes. It felt more like a statement of purpose than just a match result. If Alcaraz was watching, he had to be paying attention. Someone just raised the bar. It's less about comparison, more about standards. Alcaraz needs more than consistency. He needs to match the intensity and focus that Sinner brought today. We've seen Alcaraz play amazing tennis, and we've seen him win under pressure. But here's the thing, if he meets a player who brings Sinner's blend of calm aggression and toughness, he'll need to dig deeper. That's what makes today a kind of turning point. Sinner didn't just win, he turned his win into a reminder that dominance is about more than points or scores. It's about asking yourself in every match, am I ready to compete with the cleanest, sharpest version of my opponent? On this evidence, Sinner is, and that's the kind of performance that turns heads, raises questions, and sets the tone for a tournament. Wimbledon's a long journey, but today's walk, cool, purposeful, measured, says a lot about Sinner's place in it. He's not just moving through the rounds, he's shaping them. He's not just winning matches, he's making a case. And if Alcaraz wants to hold on to the title, he's going to have to answer back with the same clarity, the same precision, and the same inner calm that Sinner brought today. Otherwise, he'll be playing catch-up, and that's no way to defend a crown. After today's match, it's clear that Jannik Sinner isn't just moving through the draw, he's shaping it. That kind of powerful, steady performance sends a message, not just to his next opponent, but to the entire field. The win over Vukic wasn't just a ticket to the third round, it was a declaration of intent. Sinner showed that he's bringing smart aggression, mental focus, and tactical maturity, all at once. Instead of flashy plays, today's performance had quiet authority. Sinner chose his moments wisely. He hit deep, solid ground strokes to keep Vukic under pressure, timed his break chances perfectly, and showed good net play. Those small decisions add up. They tell a story about patience and control. That's a recipe for big matches, where even small mistakes can cost a set and a tournament. For Carlos Alcaraz, there's a clear picture emerging. He's still the defending champion, still someone every opponent fears. But Sinner just showed up playing a different game. Where Alcaraz brings fire and flair, Sinner brought tension and lift. And when it comes to grass, calm intensity can be a winner. Now, Alcaraz needs to decide how to react. Will he step onto the court and match that focus? Or will he stay with what he knows? High risk, more touch, crowd noise. The answers will matter because he's being measured not just in wins, but in mindset. The draw is getting interesting. Sinner's next match is against Pedro Martinez, a solid and dangerous player, but unlikely to match Sinner's level of calm aggression. That match becomes not just another round, but a chance to lock in his form. For Alcaraz, his next part of the draw also holds tests. He faces Jan-Lennard Struff, a strong server who can mix things up with pace and spin. Another physical and mental test. All this builds toward a potential showdown between Sinner and Alcaraz later on. While Djokovic also looked good today, it's hard not to expect another Sinner Alcaraz final. But this year's Wimbledon has taught us to not expect anything. But this overall expectation of every tennis fan shows that these two are just head and shoulders above the competition. And this is how rivalries are made. They begin when both players arrive prepared and thinking, I want to prove I'm the one. This tournament is shaping up as a season-long competition. Strength of form. Today's match proves Sinner has form. Alcaraz will have to show the same, but in his own style. He'll need to balance creativity with sharpness, risk with results. The physics of late Wimbledon tennis demands both, and there's no room to relax. For fans and viewers, it means paying attention to tone, not just scores. The drama isn't only in matchups, it's in how players bring themselves onto the court. If Alcaraz responds with renewed calm and control, we'll see fireworks. If he doesn't, Sinner's quiet threat will become louder, channeling doubt in a match only the two of them can play. So Wimbledon now stands on a turning point, a calm garden turned pitch for mental test. And Sinner's walk today planted a flag. Others may hold it back, but they'll have to do it on his terms. Clear mind, sharp edges, and a feeling that he's exactly where he's meant to be.